I'm Matt Landau, and this is Unlocked, Season 12, Unlimited Edition. The case for more creativity in your business. Lately, I've started asking people, instead of where are you from or what do you do for a living, when I meet them for the first time, I ask them, what's your story? And I love this question because it oftentimes catches people off guard, and they weren't necessarily prepared to tell their story, which is a beautiful thing. But I also enjoy it because it opens up all these different avenues for someone to talk about the things that they really love, or the things that they're really passionate about, what things that really make them who they are. And quite selfishly, this makes for a much more enjoyable conversation, and it makes for a much more memorable introduction. I end up remembering those people and their respective stories much more so than I do someone, let's say, who just happens to be a lawyer or happens to be from New York. That's boring. Maria Schuh of Mistiso's place in Nelson, British Columbia, has an extraordinary story. She's been operating her vacation rentals for now more than 2 decades, which is up there with some of the longest standing home runners that listen to this show. And for me, what makes Maria unique is throughout all of this time, her fire, her passion, her vision for the business has not waned at all. In fact, I would argue that it's gotten stronger and deeper. And there was a moment in our interview that Maria started talking about sort of how she goes about all of this, and she called it her secret to success. And I realized that what she was talking about is not only the secret to success in the vacation rental industry, this is the secret to happiness and joy and living a meaningful life, to the point that in the editing process, we decided to focus exclusively on this little segment of the conversation. It's only about 3 minutes long, in which Maria is talking about ways that effectively allow her to navigate a lot of the threats that seem to be really holding a lot of our colleagues back, the things that lead to burnout. Maria's clarity in why she does what she does and how the other things in her life contribute to her hospitality style is among the most powerful things that we've ever published on this channel. Creatively speaking, this is not a normal inside the box unlocked podcast interview. This is something really special. First, a quick word from our sponsor, OwnerRez, which, if you're not familiar, is a property management software. This is essentially the chassis that sits beneath the surface of any strong, growing vacation rental operation. It automates a lot of the manual stuff that will drive you insane, and it makes more efficient a lot of the workflows that allow you to spend your time on the stuff that really matters, the hospitality. One other thing that I think makes OwnerRez very different from the other property management softwares out there is its origin story, which it started for the founding team and some of their earliest employees to manage their own properties, their own vacation homes. And to this day, a lot of them still use that software to manage those homes, which is a very different angle of coming at innovation than some of the larger property management softwares out there that were designed originally for enterprise or larger managers and have since consolidated and scaled to the point that the more larger managers, the better. OwnerRez is very different in this sense. As they have grown, as they've empowered the smaller operators to operate much more efficiently and at scale, they've begun to attract the larger managers as well, primarily because of those priorities, in my opinion, that were set from the beginning. Focus on authenticity and originality and personalization. These are the things that start when you are small, and they need to be really clear at that point. But once you do get them hammered down pat, you can take them to unlimited places. If you'd like to do a demo with OwnerRez, head over to their website, ownerrez.com. Let them know you heard about them on this podcast. They'll give you 30% off on your first 3 months. But first, just do a demo and ask all the questions that you have. Okay, here comes our interview with Maria.
I always love dancing, and I told you so I have like work, and then I have the play part. I love to work, and I love traveling. I love dancing is my thing. I've been passionate about, and I think, and now I'm passionate about tango, and I've started teaching tango, Argentine tango, and it's all about connection. It's all about being present and then creative. It's tango is all about connection with yourself, with your partner, with the music, and you create with your partner, and it's improvised. It's improvisation. So you can, and I guess, when you compare dance, tango to life in general, and in my work as a vacation rental operator, you learn to connect in different levels. You read the nonverbal communications with your, you learn that nonverbal cues, and dance, it's energetically driven. And that's, I think, the secret of my, I would say, success, or, because I was able to find that way to connect in not just a superficial level. I think having a life beyond work is so important. It's a state of limitless and infinite potential, right? So, and it's that when you hear this alignment, and when you're in that state, when your mind, your body, your heart, and your soul is all aligned, and there's some kind of clarity that emerges from it, and this clarity becomes you discover your purpose. That's where the magic happens. It's a state of being. It's a state. It's not constant. You have to work on that. And to me, that's why I do tango. That's my release. I mean, you go swimming, you get so much fulfillment from doing that extra activity beyond work. It's that being there, being in the moment. And then with passion, with your drive and your enthusiasm with life, that propels you forward. Showing vulnerability is power, because we can't be good at everything. I was told that I could not speak English very well, so then you limit yourself. Oh my God, so I'm scared of talking even. We all have our fears, we have our strengths, we have different, like the good and the bad. We're humans, right?
If you were to sit down on an airplane next to Maria and ask her, what's your story? And she gave you something along the lines of the last few minutes, I think it would be impossible not to feel that passion, that enthusiasm, to feel Maria's energy, as she put it, and to connect with her in a way that you will never forget this woman, Maria, that you sat next to. Which is very different from asking someone what they do for a living. Oh, I happen to manage properties. That's not really that interesting. And this, for me, this ability to tell one's story and to convey one's passion and enthusiasm for anything is Maria's big differentiation. And I believe in this sense, she represents kind of a future of the vacation rental movement, one that has, in a lot of ways, become clouded out by the focus on scale and metrics and money, all of which are beautiful things, don't get me wrong. But when they become the only things, they tend to cloud out the real core clarity of a home runner, the vision that one has for themselves and their business, the deep understanding and purpose as to why they do what they do. And suddenly, when you begin to go to that place, you begin to see that, wow, my tango dancing affinity is interconnected with my bottom line. You begin to see that everything is woven together, that there is no really clear line between work and play. And that energy, that momentum, that compounding effort is what Maria refers to as her secret to success. And I would refer to it as perhaps the secret to success in life. So I wanted to thank Maria for sharing that with us. I also wanted to thank OwnerRez, the sponsor of this episode. If you haven't done a demo with OwnerRez recently, I would encourage you to head over to their website, ownerrez.com, and just ask all the questions that you may have. One of the beautiful things about this company is their emphasis on curiosity. And if you are there to ask questions, they're there to share the answers. And if you decide to move forward, it's 30% off for the first 3 months of use. If you would like to join someone like Maria and myself, consider joining VRMB Communities, where over 1,200 home runners are creatively collaborating online. That's vrmb.com/membership. Until next time.